Welcome back, everyone, to our coverage here of the second preliminary final. This is your match preview here. My name is Barry, and I'm here with Goat. Goat, what do you think is going to happen here tonight? What are you expecting to see?
Well, Barry, I'm expecting a very nice clash between these two excellent sides. It's a mouth-watering match here that we've got coming up for us.
Yeah, and as you can see on screen, the winner of this match will play the winner of Geelong versus Port Adelaide in the grand final. So it's going to be a bit of a task, but if the Blues can get up, of course, they will be playing at the MCG next week. What do you think that the advantage of Perth, the Perth Stadium here, will have for the West Coast Eagles?
Well, the Eagles play at it, they train at it. It's an immense advantage that they hold here. I think Carlton have only played here once for the season, and surely that holds the Eagles in good stead to win this game.
We saw they are missing a few key players there. Obviously, Shuey out with suspension and then Shepherd with the hamstring injury. For the Blues, they got absolutely smashed last time. Do you think they can recover this time around?
Well, you'd hope so, but anything's possible, Barry.
What about Ed Curnow? Is he the player to watch today? Obviously, he had 11 disposals on average, but 7 of those contested per game. He's a monster in the midfield for the Blues.
Yeah, Ed definitely could be the barometer here. If he plays well, Carlton play well. And I think if he plays well, they'll win.
So what do you think is going to happen here today, Goat?
I'm going to go Carlton in an upset here at Optus Stadium by 24 points.
Yeah, I'm backing the Eagles in here at home, and I think they'll win by 14 points. Oh, what a massive game we've got coming up today. A packed out Optus Stadium here for a preliminary final. It is a twilight game here in Perth as well. Obviously, winner progressing through to the grand final. Not sure on the opponent just quite yet. Sam Doherty with the call for the toss of the coin. And it is the Eagles that win the coin toss. They'll be kicking to the left of screen to start proceedings off here. Shannon Hearn playing that big defensive post. A few big key outs for these sides, but let's see how it all plays out in what shapes as a massive final. Obviously, the Eagles, very good last time these two sides played, and straight away out of the middle, that's a big kick from Hutchings. And it's through, and the frame rate is bad, apparently, that we played, but it's going to be critical in the clearances. It's going to be massive for West Coast. Nat Nui out of the middle, Wiedering getting involved. The Blues, they want to stop a repeat of what happened last time where the Eagles got out to a flyer. Levi Casbolt getting involved. Lots of forward pressure from the Blues now. McGovern got a handball out now. Casbolt puts a tackle on. They got a lot of numbers here. Marston always turn it over. Doherty getting involved. The captain kicked the first goal last week. Will he do it again? McGovern, Curnow, pressure from the Blues. O'Brien from the ground. He's got it. They get their first goal of the day. Lockie O'Brien, and that's a big goal. Big settling goal for the Blues away from home. They just locked it in. Forward pressure again and again and again and again. Back in the middle of the ground, the Eagles have won the first couple of clearances. Nat Nui again out of there. Jones pushing forward. And he almost got it away to Cruiser. Nat Nui again. Wiedering's been huge in this first few moments. Doherty got it there, and Jones does a very good job. Nat Nui, Kennedy, dumped off the deck. Oh, Nat Nui's touched it through. The Eagles lead by a point. Tackle pressure on now. Doherty got it from Mackay. Can give it back to Mackay. Can give it back to Doherty. Oh, they might have stuffed this up here, the Blues. Handball towards Curnow. Oh, they have stuffed it up, the Blues. Oh, they had numbers everywhere. Here's Petrevski-Seton. Good handball. Oh, and again, the Eagles get away and it's Lysette. So they're just settling at the moment. They've been under a lot of heat in their back 50. The West Coast Eagles need to really capitalise on something very soon. Doherty's handball looping over the top. Oh, Curnow got it over. Petrevski-Seton didn't need to get near it because it's a goal. The Blues have 2. If he's playing half-back, I want to utilise that matchup of Curnow versus Gaff. Big handball out there. Nat Nui into a bit of space. Left foot snap around the corner. Offline. And McInnes. Then someone didn't want it. I think it was Archie who didn't want it. Wiedering tried to get it off the deck. Doherty as well. Nat Nui picked it up. Handball from Cruiser to Dow to Doherty. And now Casbolt has it as the siren sounds. The Blues lead the Eagles by 4 points. At the end of the opening term after the Eagles kicked the first goal within 5 seconds. Doherty 8 touches. Big game from the captain early. O'Brien and Curnow applying Lots of tackling pressure, and they've kicked a goal apiece with Hutchings. Second term action. Blues to the left of screen. Let's get it underway. Out of the middle again. The Eagles get it to Hutchings. Strolls into the open goal, and a perfect start for West Coast. Very reminiscent of that opening term. Straight out of the gate for the Blues to try and stop, though. The one-on-one with Darling and Marchbank. Marchbank does well. Gets it down there. Schofield, now Fisher. Good handball from Fisher. Marchbank again. Fisher got to get up. Barrassi's in there. Down in the forward line today. Long shot at goal. Kennedy one-on-one. And he's got it over Jones. So Kennedy snaps around the corner. The Eagles have two. And start this second term. That's his first touch for the day, Josh Kennedy. Start off this second term. They're starting to really find some form. Wiedering out of the middle did really well. Send it forward. Charlie Curnow down there. Hearn on him, marking him effectively. And Charlie does well and gets the ball up. Who was that down there? Might have been Fisher. Got it from Mackay, did Simpson. Gave it back to Mackay. A handball over the top to Doherty. The captain strolls in from 40 and puts through a goal for the Blues. That's big. Beautiful play from the Blues. Look at that, just good ball movement. Simpson, Mackay, got it out to Doherty over the back. Steadied and slotted it. Doherty had 8 touches in the first term. Now he's got a goal to his name. Wiedering again out of the middle. Marson Natanui. Oh, there could be a way. Nick Natanui. Nick Natanui has missed. Saw the Eagles really dominated the Blues the first time these sides played. It's very similar sort of a game. The clearance work of the Eagles was very good. But now that's good clearance work from the Blues. Wiedering spots Dow out into space. Petrevsky-Seton and McGovern. Petrevsky-Seton got it. Dow tried to keep it in along the boundary line. Towards Curnow, it's a boundary throw in. So Nick Natanui off the ground now, brings Lyset into the ruck. Might give Cruiser an opportunity to take things on here. Murphy from the stoppage. Cruiser, Curnow round the corner, got it! Blues back in front. As Cruiser came off, it's the two secondary ruckmen, Lyset and Phillips. Lyset tapping it down. McGovern involved there. Petrevsky-Seton putting tackle on. Now a big throwing the ball. Dom Sheed, thank you very much. Free kick to the Blues. It's Charlie Curnow this time. He'll take it 15 metres out. Directly in front. 30 minutes played in the second term. He puts it straight through the big sticks. So the Blues, Curnow's got 3 already. They push it out to a 9-point lead. The Eagles had a game-high 9-point lead earlier in the term, but it's the Blues who've kicked 3 goals in a row here in this second quarter. As they look to go out of the middle again. Doherty to Casbolt. Back to Doherty. He's got space. He's got time. He settles. And he's offline. Should be very close to the half-time siren here. We've seen a lot of stoppages, though, in this term. There is the siren for half-time as Phillips got it down to Doherty. It's the Blues with a 10-point lead at the half. And it is 3-3-21. The West Coast Eagles 5-1-31. The Blues. Now, I know you guys are saying that's a long quarter. I was at the footy on the weekend. The last quarter of Richmond West Coast was 35.5 minutes. It was a very long quarter. All right, now we are ready for the second half of the preliminary final. A place in the grand final on the line. 3-2 term. And the Blues lead it by 10 points. As we head into the second half, the premiership quarter, they call it the third term, and it's the Eagles who started well. Got it out of the middle to McInnes, who found Darling. Oh, he didn't want to take the mark. Jones did well there. McInnes might get it again. It's Jetta. He's a long way out, but he is a long kick for goal. They might want someone on the goal line. Inboard and Natanui. Wiedering got his big fist in there and his big frame. Paulson, he's dumped. Murphy involved. Oh, then the big handball from Jetta. Got the old 1-2. Jetta goes bang and misses. Positive start to the second half for the Eagles. They've had a few chances inside the forward 50. Natanui's taken high. And he should just get him high. He goes short inside 50, maybe too short, in fact. It's able to be cut off by the Blues. Now the Eagles trying to scrounge the ball back. Natanui involved with a 1-2 handball. Natanui on the right boot. Snaps around the corner and misses again. So the Eagles, they are peppering the goal face, but are yet to really take advantage of the situation here. And I think Shepherd was down there. Wiedering just absolutely takes out. Might have been McInnes. Or is it Hutchings? I think it's Hutchings. who lines up and puts the Eagles through with a goal. Saw them peppering the goal face out of the middle again. Nat Nui to Hutchings. This is another massive goal. Hutchings has 4. Eagles back in front. Look at this clearance here. Nat Nui, beautiful tap work. 1-2. We've seen this play. It's a set play from the West Coast Eagles, and they just do it. Hutchings has 2 this term, and the Eagles, they're looking dominant out of the middle again. Wiedering this time more onto the Hutchings. A little bit of space. Does well. Or Paulson got absolutely dumped. Darling's getting a free kick now. Then he goes short and finds Hutchings again, who can line up for number 5. Although he kicks across the face. Went for big lie. Said it might have been down there. No one of the Blues are trying to get their possessions. Kennedy involved. Plowman also in there. Wiedering doing well. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Let's go. Doherty out of the middle now. Handball from Murphy. Back to Doherty. Has options on. O'Brien's there. He takes it and plays on. Lines up. Oh, that's terrible. Curnow didn't want it. Then he got onto the left and kicked the goal. The Blues are back in front. He's got 4 to himself. Gee, they made a meal of that. O'Brien should have kicked the goal himself. Top of the square. Hearn didn't want the mark. And it allowed Curnow to score. Alright, so the Blues lead it by 2 points. Who gets this clearance? It's the Eagles again. Nat Nui just needed the one more handball. Wiedering superb. Got it out to Doherty. His handball. Murphy injured. Oh, that's not a good sign for the Blues. Doherty again involved. Got it at Petrevsky seat and his handball went into space. Hearn just threw it away. What a rundown tackle from behind from Charlie Curnow. Absolutely superb. The crowd screams ball. The umpires appreciate it, and Charlie Curnow, 45 out, directly in front, puts it through again. He's got 5, and he's kicked 17 goals in this final series. 7 in the first week, 5 last week, already 5 tonight. Absolutely massive. The Blues with an 8-point lead. They've settled once again. It's been the tale of pretty much how all these quarters have played out. The Eagles have started the terms well before the Blues recover, and on the line, Kennedy marks. And he will put one through for the Eagles again. Margin is back to 2. Just held it up, took the stoppage, forced it down. Casbolt got it down. Oh, not Casbolt. Cruiser got it down. And now they're away. Ed Curnow through the middle, thumping long towards O'Brien. Takes the mark out in front, got good body position. Might be too far out to score, but he's got the one-on-one. Deep inside 50. Curnow and Hearn. Curnow! Lines up. 20 out directly in front. He's got 6. Charlie's got 6. Oh, beautiful. Let's go. Carlton by 8 points. Charlie Curnow has 6 goals by himself. As the Blues continue to apply pressure. Levi Casbolt with a bit of a niggle now. Murphy already off the ground now. Casbolt coming as well. This will be a test of the Blues' depth at the moment. Doherty inside the 450. Curnow down there. Got a little fist away. Garlett trying to get himself involved in the game. Petrevsky Seaton. Paddy Dow. Paddy Wow. Garlett on the left boot. Misses the lot. Ed Curnow running down. Chase from behind. Put enough pressure on the kick to just hold it up in the air for a moment. Wiedering as well. Another big tackle. Darling round the corner. And he misses. So again, the Eagles peppering the goals, but the pressure of the Blues not allowing them a clean shot at goal. Paulson and Cunningham down there. Dale Thomas also, and that's 3/4 time. Blues with a 7-point lead over the West Coast Eagles. Sam Doherty rallying the troops. Oh dear. So massive final term coming up. A place in the grand final is on the line. The Eagles have had a lot of opportunity when they've gone forward. They've missed a number of goals. 6-6-42 the Eagles. The Blues 8-1-49. This is it. This is the penultimate game. There is no tomorrow if we don't get up here. And if we lose, what are we going to do with ourselves? We are going to have to come back next year and work again and again and again and again and again and again to get back here, because we don't know if we'll ever be in this position again. But right now we are in this position, and we're in a winning position. We are leading this game. This is a preliminary final. Can we do it? As Bob the Builder once said, yes, we can. The Blues by 7. A place in the grand final on the line. Cruiser gets it out of the middle and does some follow-up work over Nat Nui. Now the handball went out wide. Mackay did alright to try and put some pressure on Simpson on the wing in a one-on-one. He gets it forward. Mackay's got a bit of space if he can pick it up and get it out wide. Fisher, back to Mackay. He's got a long left foot. He's got a long left foot. He's got a good left foot. Mackay kicks the opening goal of the final term. Oh, Harry Mackay, you ledge. Stoppage, forward 50 for West Coast. Darling's got it. Handball missed the target. Now it might be fine, but it's almost away, and then almost not. Simpson injured as well. Oh, Plowman out the back. What a mark. Oh, took it over Kennedy. And I think Lysette was down there as well. So the Blues have had a host of names go down in this match, but it's just all the younger stars stepping up. The Blues have just eaten a chunk of time off the clock. They've got it inside 50. Ed Curnow and Charlie doing well. Petrevsky-Seaton's handball to Dow. Dow around the corner. O'Brien couldn't take the mark. It's offline. 15-point lead. And you expect West Coast will just have to go long and up the middle now. Although Hearn, he says, will go short. Finds Nelson. He'd want to move it pretty quickly. He goes down the middle with a kick on the 45. And now they're away in a bit of space. Handball over the top. Lysette inside 50 to Hutchings. So they just found a way into space here, the Eagles. And Hutchings has put it through. Seeing the Eagles clearance game today. Hutchings has 5. If the Eagles get this next centre clearance, gee, I tell you what, it could be game on. Just the 2 goals kicked in this final term. It's just a 9-point lead of the Blues. Can they hold on in this final term? It's Fisher gets dumped. The Eagles can push it inside 50 once again. Marston didn't want the ball. Paulson sends it forward. He's tackled and dumped. Now it ends up with Ed Curnow. Spins out of trouble. He's in real strife. Now Doherty picks it up. Doherty kicks it forward. The siren sounds. The Blues are into the grand final. What a performance. Oh, in a performance away from home, the Blues get up over the Eagles. And they are through to the grand final. What a win. Oh, what a win by the Blues. Absolutely superb from them. You know, they didn't really dominate the game from the outset, but they managed to hold the game at various stages. Never really looked out of it. The Eagles, they kicked the first goal of every quarter except the last, and it proved to be too much for them in the end, as the Blues dominated the second half of each term. We just continue to go again and again. 1 goal apiece in that last quarter, but the Eagles, they'll rue some missed opportunities in that earlier term. Sam Doherty, 17 touches and a goal, was pretty good. Hutchings, 5 goals, as well as Curnow, who kicked 6, and Marston had 21 touches.
All right, Jack from Fox Sports News 500. Spud, well done on making the grand final. First one since 1999. You happy with that?
Oh, massive. It's a huge match. You know, to win away from home against a side that, you know, they dominated us last time we played them, and you know, that was in our territory. We thought we turned our season around after the bye, and you know, I'm just really proud of the group to get them in this position to be playing off in a grand final.
Ashton from ABC. How bad's the injury toll? You had Cripps obviously for the season. That's a big enough injury itself. But in that game alone, you had Simpson, Cunningham, and I can't remember who else. But you had lots of people go down. Is that looking any good or?
Yeah, so obviously the big story is Mark Murphy. He's going to miss the grand final. He did. It says he's done an ACL, but it's 12 weeks, righto. So yeah, he's obviously going to miss the season, which is very disappointing. We thought he was very good in that first half when we really needed him. And yeah, it was just a little bit disappointing that he's not going to be out there next week. And, you know, that's two senior players we'll be missing, Cripps and Murphy. Everyone else should pull up fine. I think Simpson's okay, Thomas is okay, and Levi will be right to go. So, very disappointing end to the season for Murph. He's obviously been through our club at a tough period, and yeah, for him to miss out on the grand finals, going to hurt.
Yeah, Tom Brown from 7. How important is it having Daisy in the side for this grand final? He's the only one that's played in a grand final in the side, and obviously that must be a huge addition for the younger fellas and even the senior fellas that haven't played in a grand final.
Yeah, it's obviously good for someone who's done it before, because you can really give the other players, you know, a bit of an idea of what to expect. Everyone else can sort of just, you know, they're going to experience all that on their own, but at least if they're a little bit prepared, you know, from Daisy's experience, it'll be good for them.
This is from Exam Bola. Are you devastated for your skipper, your co-skipper in Cripps? Obviously, didn't get to play much of the season due to that knee injury, but are you sad for him? Are you hurting?
Yeah, his first half of the year was phenomenal. So it was really, it was something else. It sort of lifted our side, and you know, even though he's been down, his work behind the scenes has been, you know, first class. He's been allowing our younger, giving them all the experience and the confidence that they need to come into this side and play well. You know, we've seen Kerno, we've seen Cunningham, we've seen Petrevsky, Seaton, even Garlett at times. They've all sort of stepped up, and Lockie O'Brien, like the whole collective team as a unit has been able to be lifted by Patrick Cripps, both on and off the field. And we're very privileged to have him at our footy club, and obviously disappointing for him next week, but he's obviously really proud of the group as well. And massive grand final coming up next week. Can't wait. And the big question everybody wants to know, who will be the opponent of the Blues next week? Ding, ding, ding. So the Blues defeated the Eagles away from home in the preliminary final. Geelong played Port Adelaide in the other preliminary final, and it was the Power who got up in that contest, and they will be playing the Blues in the grand final very soon. Ooh, I know, what an absolute thriller.